Want to win money on sports? With Underdog, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash just by picking higher or lower on your favorite players' stats. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars on Underdog. Will you be next? Download the Underdog app and sign up to get a free pick with your first cash entry up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, 1-800-639-8783, or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Looks a little different. Saints Block Party Podcast. Falcons Hate Week, SBP meetup game, and honestly, like, this is what it's all about. We got our community in the background. It's special right now, bro. Like, special. This shit is special. All right. Look here. The man about to get us demonetized.
Get us out of here, bro.
Demonetized.
Niggas, we don't. My. Get out of my camera.
Please.
Look at we got Neil.
Unc in here. Neil, Dante.
Where you from?
Alberto.
Where you from, Alberto?
I'm announcing that voice.
Hey. Dad. Bayou. Tony. This is why we do this. This is why we do this. We went to the Saints-Falcons game, and we've said it. They do not lose meetup games. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. Did they make it tighter than they needed to be? Of course they did, because they're the Saints.
It's the Saints, man. Come on.
But beating this game, beating this team, the Falcons, arch rival, all the stories that came out since DA got fired, we'll get to their Carr statement later.
Yeah,
we'll get to it later. We
that's on that negative.
Yeah. Good vibes for them to go out and win this game, beat the Falcons in Rizzy's first game as interim head coach. I won't say I don't care about how the rest of the season goes, but getting this win felt good, felt special, and getting this win with these people felt even better.
No question, bro.
Amazing, awesome atmosphere. You have to.
Can I talk on the podcast? Can I co-host my podcast?
Please, sir.
No, bro, but it was like, just being in the building for that,
oh man,
like the vibes was awesome. It was a good game, like just a good back and forth game. Kirk Cousins was dealing. Alvin Kamara was running hard. It just felt like you could see visually just how the team was playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, I don't know what you want to call it. Playing hard, playing for each other, playing for Rizzy, whatever you want to call it. Like, you could just see they were trying to win, and they were trying to play good football. And you can see the difference, bro. Just like with, why Young Ho missing 2 kicks.
Missed two, one block.
Rizzy starting off good with the challenge to get the Falcons off the field. How many times we done screamed at DA? The 3 goddamn flags.
2.5 years, bro.
2.5 years. Rizzy had that thing out before we could even look at it. Boom. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Exactly. So it was just, it was just good timing. But honestly, the outcome of the game may mean shit because we was with the Saints Block Party crew. We had a meetup last night.
Come on, bro.
We was 40, 50 deep up in that thing.
Come on, bro.
We've been going all since Friday. Some people since Wednesday they've been going.
Woo.
And we've been living, bro. So, like, if you ain't a part of this community,
talk to it.
You missing out.
Talk to it.
You seriously missing out.
We was down. So we're at the Troubadour. We got the rooftop bar of the Troubadour right now. We were downstairs before the rooftop bar opened, ordering food, ordering drinks. Some guy comes out from the kitchen. Shout out to Chris. Chris says, "How do I become a Patreon?" Like, I give him the link. He said, "Listen, man, I appreciate y'all. Listen to every episode.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It is. It makes us happy that we've been able to cultivate this community, and make it something really special, something truly, truly special. I don't think you don't get to see and experience how special this community is until you come to one of these meetups. If you don't, we on Friday night, we went to Catch Meow, shut the bitch down. Shut it down. Down.
If you know, you know.
So getting back to the game, this Atlanta offense has been humming the last couple of weeks. Have been humming. And the Saints defense, without Marshawn, who they traded, Kool-Aid didn't start. He didn't play because he was injured. To hold this Atlanta team to 17 points, and I know people was like, oh, well, they missed 2 field goals. I don't care. They held them to 17 points. And it was just, we've had a lot of meetup. Well, not a lot. This is our third meetup game. This one by far is, it ranks top. Peyton Turner, Ryan. Peyton Turner.
Peyton Turner making a play. Who? Peyton Turner making a play, which, of course, the last time he made big plays was against the Raiders for our meetup. Come on, a couple years ago. But anyway, Peyton Turner made a play. Chase Young made a play. Cam Jordan got his sack finally for the year. It was looking a little dicey here and there. Kurt was dealing, bro. He put some passes in spots where it's just like, damn. Like he was just pinpoint accuracy a lot. But the defense, look, they couldn't stop the run. They can't stop the run. We know that. But they made the plays that need to be made. They played more of a bend don't break type of defense.
Yep.
Well, yeah, the Falcons moved up and down the field, but once they got into the red zone, I mean, you almost had them pitch a shutout in the red zone when they was trying to get that foot down.
Yep. It was close, bro.
It was close. Man. It was close. So, shout out to them, man. Like, they played, they fought hard in this game.
The defense reminded me today of, like, one of my favorite terms. You use, like, a sweat equity defense. Right?
Exactly.
This defense played like a sweat equity defense on the field. And they did what they needed to do to win. You had Honey Badger get that pick that we felt like, ooh, they just can just run this clock out. And then the miss pass, the AK drop, I was like, Lord.
Bro, if he would have caught that pass, I think the dome would have blew off. Exploded.
Exploded.
Because it was at that ball hung up there, everybody's like, oh. That would have iced the game, man. The game. And normally it would have been like, well, they go to loss. But the Saints figured out how to, man, we have not seen the Saints defense do that a lot.
No.
Just stop the team from, scoring and winning the game.
Hold on. We're not live.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Will Derek Carr throw for over 75 yards, higher or lower? You decide using Underdog Fantasy.
Download the app today and use code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7-HOPE-LINE at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. This is what happens when you are recording live at a hotel rooftop bar. But you're talking about, just getting back to your point, we have not seen the Saints defense make those plays when they needed to make them all season. Eagles game, I mean, it's the Falcons game that they lost earlier this season. It's just been a trend of the defense just shitting the bed. And a player that we have been super maligned on the entire season, Chase Young, makes a huge play, sack, fumble. They go back 10, 15 yards, pushes them out of field goal range.
Key play, man.
Huge.
Key play, man. And that's all we wanted from him. Like, just somebody to make those plays. And, you know, it's hard to know, like, how much Rizzi's impact, but,
Right.
like, just the stuff we heard this week coming out, you know, just from the fallout of DA leaving, about how fired players, about, you know, players, there was a comment about, you know, we practice is a little different. Players aren't sitting on coolers. They're wearing cleats in practice.
You what? Cleats.
What are we talking about here? Cleats?
Cleats. Cleats.
I heard Underhill talk about how like they're starting to practice situational football, like as far as like, you know, coming in with the substitutions and all that shit, just to make sure they don't, you know, have those unforced errors. And
So they weren't practicing situational football prior to? John Hendricks tweeted out that Rizzi was on the field when the players were warming up before the game started, and that was not a thing that DA did like most of his tenure here.
Really? I never noticed that. Oh, man.
What was he doing just stealing checks, Ryan?
What were we doing here? And this man was like, what, $7 million? Come on.
And we going to keep it positive.
Keep it positive.
Mickey Loomis is still caping for him.
Still caping.
Oh, my God.
Still caping, bro. And Derek Carr.
Mr. Dennis Allen helped build this. Fuck you.
Build a seven-game win streak? That's what you
Yeah, a lose streak?
Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, anyway, can we give some love to MBS?
Oh, wow.
Can we give some love to MBS?
MPS, man. They were putting bracket coverage on that boy.
It probably was close to a career game, bro. He had a 40-yard touchdown. This game, if you were there or you watching TV, this was such a microcosm of a Derek Carr football game.
Such a microcosm.
It is like because there's plays that you see where you like, ooh, that 40-yarder was that was
a nice throw.
That's nice. That deep throw to MVS was nice. Like you see all that, but if you don't pay attention to all the other throws,
right.
The grounding in the fourth quarter when the game was like, that's how he has that ability to keep kind of swindling teams and swindling people. Because you look at the good plays, you're like, ooh.
Hey, you know a perfect example of that?
What's up, buddy?
Throw to Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
He's going to stand on business on that one because it was a pretty throw.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
And I was telling Bayou at the game, I was like, if you could make a cut up of like the throws where Carr like hits his back foot, gets the ball out accurate, and you'd be like, man, if you make a cut up of that, you'd be like, man, it's a good quarterback. I could win with that. Like, but it's the all
like
7% of other stuff is just like inaccurate. He's choppy in the pocket. He drifts mechanics, drifting back, poor mechanic. Like 11-year veteran with mechanics like he has. Like I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Like I understand like sometimes he is pressured, but like there are ways you could manipulate the person with how a quarterback moves, and he just.
We didn't even talk about what was it? It was a walk-in touchdown to the tight end, Foster Moreau, that he just completely missed.
Yeah.
Like on the little bootleg, bro, just wide open. But the Saints won.
Saints won the game.
Saints won. They beat the Falcons.
Fuck the Falcons.
We went from, as the start of the game, the Saints were picking 4th overall in the draft. After that win, they're now picking 8th, and I'm completely fine with it. I'm good.
It's worth it.
I'm good.
All that matters.
That's it.
Stop.
It's it was just special being in the city this week.
Yeah.
All the things, we did, from the brunch to going out to Casa Meow to the meetup last night, to being at the game together. I think Bayou said it perfectly. Like, when we were out the game, he's like, this is like the Zoom, like this is like an in-person Zoom.
In-person Zoom, yeah.
And that's exactly what it felt like.
Happy ass nigga.
Look at that. Just,
and Tony, I think Tony, this is your first game since like the 90s, right?
wow.
First game since like the 90s. Alberto, was this your first game? Was this your first Saints game? This is your second Saints game. His second Saints game, you coming way from years.
We just live recording too. This is my own footage. I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
Live recording, I'm live recording, y'all.
Is Bayou live recording?
Live on live, dog. Live on live.
It was just special. And if you maybe pay attention or don't pay attention, like this, it's been a big year for us as a podcast, and it's been there's been some things as a podcast community that we've endured and we've grown from. And shout out to Dante, who said it best. We don't worry about the people who aren't with us. We worry about the people who are with us.
Straight up.
Hey,
Period.
for the people in the back, bro, please.
Period.
We're not worried about the people who's not with us. We worry about the people who are with us.
Period.
Message.
So
Child deliver.
when we downstairs and someone's asking what the link is to become a Patreon for someone I don't know who just lives in the city, I know we're doing something. I know we're doing something right, because this podcast, this community, like we've always said, it's like, yes, the Saints got us together. The Saints are why we came together. But look behind you in terms of the mix of people that you see, in terms of the cultural differences and where people come from. And it does not matter. We're coming off a absolutely terrible fucking week to be an American.
Oh, why you got to mention that shit?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm just putting it into concept.
I forgot all about it.
I know, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
That's why cars happen
I was like, what was it?
Bro, I tweeted that was post-election card in that first half, bro. Trump president? Oh, shit.
No, Paul. It was hilarious. Paul was like, "No, Shane. Like, Trump won. Like, you should be happy right now. You're just killing that shit. Killing it, bro." Some old like dude
He had people looking at him.
Just saying. But as bad as this week was, had been and hurt, just being able to come here and just be embraced by our people that support us, support the podcast, go and watch the Saints beat the Falcons. We can't ask for more. Like, truly, we can't ask for more than that.
Straight
We might keep this an abbreviated one. Anything else from this game? I'll ask you this: how many more wins does this Darren Rizzi Saints team have in them?
I think
Because they just beat a playoff team. That's a playoff team, bro.
That's a playoff team they just beat. That was a team that's going to be in the playoffs. Probably going to be in the playoffs this year. I think the Browns are going to be a challenge for them, man.
That D-line.
That defense different.
That depends on what Jameis shows.
Yes, it also depends on what James. So I really do think this team can win a couple of more, right? Like it doesn't look as dark as it was last week. Because last week I was like, I don't know if they can win another game.
Another game.
Like I don't know if they have to try to tank. I think they can.
Like organic.
It's organic to tank.
He ain't really found a way to
No question.
No question, Dan. No question.
Challenges.
Yeah, exactly. So
He wasn't no
Go out
challenge in the first
the
quarter.
time.
yeah, it's beautiful.
It was.
And
Timeout.
yeah,
Uncharted territory.
It is.
because Rizzi is an actual game manager. Like,
That's it.
literally his job. Like he manages the game. I mean, it's night and day, bro. So I think they have a chance to at least win a couple games. But let's see what they do against the Browns, bro. I'm gonna call it right now. They're gonna win against the Browns. Saints fans gonna be mad. Because
Oh, you calling a win against the Browns?
I'm calling a win against the Browns.
So after today's game, I feel confident that they could beat the Raiders. Confident that they could beat the Giants. So that would give them 3. If we count the Browns win, that'll give them 3 more wins from today, which would put them at 6 wins.
Well, that's close to. I mean, that's close to what makes sense. Like
Yes.
a 6-win team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, bro. We'll see because the team still is. I think Fuaga, he had left with an injury but came back. I didn't see any other major injuries happen in this game.
Well, is that because they're doing things differently in practice?
Well, they call it the activation period where they stretching. And,
Niggas wasn't stretching, Ryan. Niggas wasn't stretching. What was going on, bro? Was in there with Crocs on, bro, just trying to run routes.
legit. I've just never heard so many players complain about not working. Like they were complaining about, man, I wish he worked harder. Like they were saying, like they didn't even work up sweat at practice. They said it during like individual drills. You know what I'm saying? Like in team drills, they ain't working up a sweat. I'm like, what was this man doing, bro?
Right? And Louisiana, you not working up a sweat? Y'all should have seen me Friday night. Niggas thought I was okay. Yo, you all right? You all right, bro? Yeah, I'm fine. He's sweating, bro. Just walking around. But you could just, the energy's different. Shout out to Captain Terrell at ESPN for that DA post-mortem article that she put out. We'll see. Hopefully we can get Kat on the pod next week so she can talk about the article and things like that. But before we end, I still want to hit on the biggest thing that is still brewing for this team is the power struggle between Gail Benson and between Mickey Loomis.
Yes. And it was on everybody's radar that she was on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
They just looking like that principal. That's the principal got to put her foot down and like, look, let me see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Just to show her presence. And I welcome it, man. Like I really, she needs to really see what's going on in this organization. And it's now that DA gone, everybody looking at Mickey Loomis.
Everybody.
He was in
everybody.
He was talking about, we're not tanking, and we're not trying to clean up the cap. Well, he didn't say clean up the cap, but he said the cap is not a concern, so he's not trying to, dump a lot of players and stuff like that. I just don't want him nowhere near the rebuilding of this team.
No.
Like I don't care what they do. I don't care if they retool, rebuild, or whatever they do. I just don't want him doing it.
I don't want his football quote unquote opinion anywhere in the equation. Like get assigned to a role, get a promotion, and where you're away from football. But like if you watching this on YouTube, listen to this on wherever, like if you are not convinced to be a part of this community at this point, I don't tell you.
Straight up.
But this week was special. A lot of us fly out. It'll be Monday, Tuesday. Ryan Wolf got to go back to Alabama after we're done recording this. And people stayed, people could be on the way home on the road right now. They stayed to be a part of this recap pod, to just be here with us. And we love the people that support us, and we give it back to y'all tenfold. Anything else from the game this week?
Man, I appreciate all y'all just coming through.
Love.
Just the
Love.
whole community, man. Like
All
just
love, bro.
no
It's always
idea,
gonna
bro.
be love, man. With me, man. We humble, man. Out here.
I feel like
It's the same- go ahead.
every year I just feel like just rejuvenated when we had our beat up and we come together how we do. It just shows the community we building, bro. It's special.
It's the same party podcast. It's a block party.
Yeah,
There
get
it is.
Yeah, black party.
But we will be back later this week previewing the Browns game, hopefully with ESPN Catherine Terrell. And not much more need to be said. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank everyone for being here, be a part of this podcast.
Hey, we love you, motherfuckers. Mwah. Fuck out of here. Get out of here. Hey, and we meant that. We stand on business, homie.
And with that,
And stop telling people we're a cult, man. We just get down, bro.
and with that, we're out.
Peace.